Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Cricket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence start with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yup, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. Salute to everybody for tapping on in. Like, share, subscribe. Press 1 if y'all can hear me in the comments, man. Appreciate all y'all in the building. Press 1 if you guys can hear me in the comments, man. We got a mic check, 1 2 1 2. And so we got to get into this, man. There are rumors flying rampant. I appreciate all y'all. See y'all. There are rumors flying rampant all over the web now that R. Kelly's lawyers are basically in contact with the president of the United States, Donald Trump, and request of a pardon for R. Kelly. Now, with these rumors being rampant, I'm seeing a lot of Trump supporters very upset if he even considers, this is a rumor that's up in the air right now. We don't know how he's feeling about this whole situation, but they are upset if he even considers doing that. And to refresh you guys on what happened with R. Kelly, who we all know, one of the greatest R&B singers in the history of just all time. He was sentenced to 30 years in prison. Now, R. Kelly, who goes by the name of Robert Sylvester Kelly, was sentenced by United States District Judge Ann M. Donnelly to 30 years in prison, June the 29th. On September the 27th, 2021, following 6 weeks of trial, a federal jury in Brooklyn, New York, convicted R. Kelly of all 9 counts of a superseding indictment charging him with racketeering predicated on criminal conduct, including sexual exploitation of minors, forced labor, and Mann Act violations involving the coercion and transportation of women and girls in interstate commerce to engage in illegal sexual activity. Now, Breon Peace, the United States Attorney for the Eastern District of New York, and Steve K. Francis, Acting Executive Associate Director of HSI Homeland Security Investigations, had announced that sentence. Now, R. Kelly, they say, at the time, used his fame, fortune, and enablers to prey on the young, the vulnerable, and the voiceless for his own sexual gratification, while many turned a blind eye, stated the U.S. Attorney, Mr. Peace. Through his actions, R. Kelly exhibited a callous disregard for the devastation of his crimes that they had on his victims and has shown no remorse for his conduct. They said, with today's sentence, he has finally and appropriately been held accountable for his decades of abuse, exploitation, degradation of teens and other vulnerable young people. It says, we hope that today's sentence brings some measure of comfort and closure to the victims, including those who bravely testified at the trial, and serves as a long overdue recognition that their voices deserve to be heard and their lives matter. And Mr. Pierce also thanked the Cook County State's Attorney Office for their assistance with the case. He said that R. Kelly is a prolific serial predator who utilized his wealth and fame to prey on the young and vulnerable by dangling promises of fame, fortune, and stardom for his own sexual gratification. For nearly 30 years, Kelly and his accomplices silenced his victims through rivalry, intimidation, blackmail, and physical violence, confident they were immune to justice, stated HSI, Acting Executive Associate Director Steve K. Francis. Now, today's sentence is a victory which belongs to the survivors of R. Kelly's abuse. These brave women and men came forward despite threats to their own personal safety and were forced to relive the pain of most traumatic days of their lives to tell the truth and make their voices heard. Now it says, as proven at his trial, for nearly 3 decades, R. Kelly was the leader of a criminal enterprise called the Enterprise, consisting of himself and an entourage of individuals who served as managers, bodyguards, accountants, drivers, personal assistants, and runners for the defendant. As the leader of the enterprise, Kelly used his fame to recruit women and girls to engage in illegal sexual activity with him. Kelly identified these girls and women at concerts and then directed members of the enterprise to escort them backstage following his musical performances. Kelly exchanged contact information with the girls and women so that he had other members of the enterprise could arrange travel and lodging for them to visit Kelly and engage in the charged illegal sexual conduct. The evidence at the trial included the testimony of 45 government witnesses, including more than 10 victims, 5 of who are named in the superseding indictment, testimony from employees of the defendant, text messages, video and audio recordings, photographs, phone and travel records, DNA evidence, and expert witnesses. R. Kelly issued rules that many of his sexual partners were required to follow, including that the women and the girls were to call him daddy, that they were not permitted to leave their rooms or eat or visit the bathroom without receiving his permission. They were required to wear baggy clothing when not accompanying him to an event, and they were directed to keep their heads down and not look or speak to other men. Now, Kelly also isolated the women and girls from their friends and family and made them dependent on him for their financial well-being. He required the victims to engage in sex with him and others and recorded many of the sexual encounters. The Racketeering Act 1 bribery, it says that Kelly bribed a state employee to create an identification card for Jane Doe number 1, then 15 years old, so that Kelly could marry Jane Doe number 1 because he believed she was pregnant and therefore marriage could keep him out of jail. Racketeering Acts 2, 7, and 10, sexual exploitation of a minor, Jane Doe number 2, Jane Doe number 4, Jane Doe number 5. Kelly coerced Jane Doe number 2, Jane Doe number 4, Jane Doe number 5 to engage in sexually explicit conduct for the purpose of producing video recordings. Over the course of decades, he made these recordings and other recordings of sexually explicit conduct using VHS video cameras, Canon camcorders, iPhones, iPads. Such videos constituted child you-know-what. Racketeering Act 6, 11, and 13, forced labor, Jane Doe 4, Jane Doe 5, and Jane Doe 6. R. Kelly used the threat, and y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in here. Let's get over 1,000 likes early. R. Kelly used the threat of physical harm and physical restraint to ensure that his victims, including Jane Doe number 4, Jane Doe number 5, Jane Doe number 6, performed sexually at his command. As to Jane Doe number 4, he slapped her, choked her, and spit on her before demanding that she give him oral. As to Jane Doe number 5, over a period of years, he spanked her, viciously assaulted her, confined her to a room or a bus for prolonged periods of times, including days, and otherwise manipulated her to ensure that she would perform for him sexually, including with other women and a man. As to Jane Doe number 6, he forced her to give him oral while there was a blicky within R. Kelly's reach. Also, Racketeering Acts 5 and 9, the Mann Act violations, Jane Doe 4, Jane Doe number 5. Between May of 2009 and January 2010, R. Kelly regularly spoke with Jane Doe number 4 over the telephone to arrange for Jane Doe number 4 to come to his residence in Olympia Fields for the purpose of illegal sexual activity, which was illegal because Jane Doe number 4 was then 16, was too young to consent to that type of conduct in Illinois. Similarly, between September 2015 and October 2015, R. Kelly transported Jane Doe number 5, who was then 17, from New York City to Oakland, California, for the purpose of illegal sexual activity as she was too young to consent in California. Racketeering Acts 8, 13, and 14, Mann Act violations, Jane Doe number 5, and, right, Jane Doe number 6, right? It also says, I'm just gonna go ahead, Jonathan Stewart. I'm gonna go ahead and block you. It says in April of 2015, Jane Doe number 5, Kelly arranged for her to fly from her home in Orlando, Florida, to Los Angeles, California, for the purpose of illegal sexual activity, which was illegal because Kelly knew he had an incurable STD and did not inform Jane Doe number 5 about the STD prior to engaging in sexual intercourse with her. In May of 2017 and again in February 2018, Kelly arranged for Jane Doe number 6 to fly from her home in San Antonio, Texas, to LaGuardia Airport in Queens, New York, for the purpose of illegal sexual activity, which again was illegal because R. Kelly failed to disclose that he had an incurable STD and obtained Jane Doe number 6 consent to engage in sexual intercourse under those circumstances. The government's case was handled by the office's Civil Rights Section. Assistant United States Attorneys Elizabeth Geddes, Nadia Shehata, and Maria Cruz Melendez oversaw the prosecution. HSI is the principal investigative arm of the United States Department of Homeland Security, responsible for investigating transnational crime and threats, specifically those criminal organizations that exploit the global infrastructure, though which international trade, travel, and financial move. HSI's workforce of over 10,400 employees consists of more than 7,100 special agents assigned to 220 cities throughout the United States and 80 overseas locations in 53 countries. HSI's international presence represents DHS's largest investigative law enforcement presence abroad and one of the largest international footprints in U.S. law enforcement. Now, R. Kelly, who was currently was in prison, he basically had been complaining and basically stated that he had proof that people within the prison had hired workers within the prison, higher ups had allegedly hired, some of these other racist inmates to unalive him. Now, he says because of that, they wanted his release immediately from prison. Now, there's rumor that he has been transferred. There's other rumors that he has been put in solitary. And there's other rumors that his team is currently trying or in contact with President Donald Trump, trying to get a pardon. Well, in the news of all that, you can go online to various blogs that are talking about this story right now. And a lot of people are feeling away. And a lot of people are very upset and disappointed that this could be potentially a possibility. Now, we don't know. Trump has not spoken on this. You understand what I'm saying? And I haven't seen him asked about this to be spoken on this. But everybody, since he pardoned a couple of other people already, he commuted a sentence and then pardoned one of the rappers already. A lot of people think that, hey, man, it may be open season. He may, make these moves. Me personally, man, I have no idea of where he stands on this, how he feels about this. Trump he has stated that if he feels somebody has been done wrong, you know what I'm saying, that he would look at it. Now, I don't know how he would feel about this. You know what I'm saying? And Trump himself got a lot of critics. You know what I'm saying? He himself have a lot of people who, you know, are very critical of him and the allegations that have been levied against him in the past. So we'll have to see, man. It just depends on what side of the fence you sit on. You know, Trump has a lot of supporters and he have a lot of detractors. You know what I'm saying? And so we'll have to see how this situation is going to pan out because, again, R. Kelly is fighting for a release. You know what I'm saying? Now, listen, right? I'm not down with it. And I'm going to tell y'all why. The youth. I don't play that game. Once again, let me say this right now. I have zero respect for anybody that got to take it. None. The man went to court. The man had his day in court. The man lost. He was found guilty. And the abundance of evidence and people that came out against him, all the black women, all these other blacks that came out against this dude, you think everybody lying? At some point in time, you cannot be harborers of the BS and protectors of the bullshit. At some point in time, you have to stand up and have responsibility, dignity, self-honor. You understand what I'm saying? And rebuke this type of activity. You feel me? R. Kelly himself called himself the Pied Piper in his songs. He talked about many different things in his songs. You understand what I'm saying? That, you know, we saw it. You know? And so you had all these people come forward. They even did specials on R. Kelly. They had, man, I forgot. I think that's when he started getting investigated. Is when they started doing those specials. I think they really started going in on him when they had Surviving. I think it was Surviving R. Kelly, was it right? And that was just horrific for him, man. You know, when they started having those documentaries. Because then you know the feds is either coming or they already been there. You know what I mean? And so here's the thing, man. You know, I don't play that game, man. I don't play that game, man. I don't look at no celebrity like that, bro. I look at a man like a man, bro. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? You play that type of game, bro. I don't play that game, bro. I don't play this protect celebrities at all costs type of game, and they're taking our. If you're wrong, you wrong. Point blank, period. Don't be screaming and hollering and asking for God if you're wrong. Because if you was doing right, you wouldn't have to be in a situation to be acting like. And again, they're already saying they had audio, video. Somebody saying it was set up. I didn't see no setup, man. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, most people, when they saw the old tape, and we know what tape I'm talking about, most people thought that was him. Now he denied this. R. Kelly has always denied charges and allegations against him. But most people thought that first tape we saw. You know? So again, you know what I mean? You got to go back and look at all the exhibits of evidence they entered in that case, man. Listen, bro, I don't play this black, white game. I don't play that shit, man. Do black folks be getting the shaft and be getting done dirty? Yes. But sometimes it ain't the time to always use that card. Because sometimes you have knuckleheads and fools in the community that need be dealt with. Point blank, period. You understand what I'm saying? It is what it is. It is what it is. I know people forever gonna love these people music, but that don't give them a pass if you committing crimes and you violating and hurting people, especially young people. Ticket don't play that. Ticket don't play that. So in my opinion, you know, when you go to prison, everything that happens in prison, you got to deal with that because, listen, once you made decisions to do certain things in life that's going to land you in a certain place, you're going to have to deal with whatever come with that. Now, some people are innocent that are in prison. But R. Kelly, if you watch that case and you watch all the evidence they presented, man, y'all need to go back and look at some of the evidence that was entered in that case. It's on the internet. It's on the internet. And so I'm just telling y'all what it is, man. You know, at the end of the day, I stand up for what is right. I don't give a damn who it is. I don't care if you got 1 cent in your pocket. If you don't have 1 cent, if you're right, I stand with you. If you're wrong, I don't. I don't care who it is. That's how I move. Right? And that's just how I go. I don't have to sell my soul to no society. I don't have to do any of these things in order to be down and be cool. I don't have to do that. You know why? Because I don't put my faith in no man. But I was hoping that it wasn't true about R. Kelly, but he was found guilty in the court of law with overwhelming amount of evidence. So, you guys let me know what y'all feel on that, man. Let me know what y'all think, man. Like, share, subscribe. Salute to everybody. Y'all let me know what y'all feel in the comments. Should he be pardoned or not? I'm gone. All right, you guys. So we appreciate everybody that popped in, supported this video. Make sure that you guys shop our merch. We got that new A-Weapons merchandise right there below this video. All you got to do is look below. The links will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well to get the merch, to donate, support the channel, and subscribe to our podcast show. You'll see all those links pinned at the top of the comment section of this video. And we appreciate everybody that supports this channel and our networks. Also, that straight drop weight loss formula. Go to the website. You guys will see that. A link for that will be pinned at the top of the comment section as well. Go right there for all of your weight loss needs. Straight drop weight loss formula. We have a lot of testimonials on the website. You can go to www.str-8-drop.com and get you some of the weight loss formula today. Take your weight loss serious. Get in the gym, work out, exercise, and do what you got to do to stay on point. We appreciate everybody that's been locked into this video. Again, all the links are pinned at the top of the comment section below. Salute to all of y'all. And again, we appreciate everybody who support what we doing over here.